Hi, welcome to the lowdown on next week's big soap stories. Saeed's been left high and dry by Janine's disappearance, especially when Michael cancels the deal for the cleaning products. How will he pay for them? Meanwhile, Christian wants to bring forward their wedding to celebrate his big sale, while Tamwa reveals they lost money in the restaurant last week. Saeed desperately tries to get rid of his cleaning stock, but breaks down on AJ and confesses his debts. He advises him to just avoid the supplier. Tam then shocks him by revealing he hasn't paid the argy-bargy mortgage for 3 months. Saeed's response is to go through the books, then forge a $10K check for the supplier. Michael's decision also hurts Billy. When the social worker asks if he's employed, he pleads with Michael to keep his business going, to no avail. It's not all misery in the square though. Jack arranges a babysitter so Sharon will say yes to a date. So why does he suddenly break away when she moves in for a kiss? And Tanya thinks Max's odd behaviour means he's gone off the idea of remarrying. On the contrary, he's about to make a grand gesture. Next, it's Corrie. Tommy's horrified by Tina's decision to be Izzy and Gary's surrogate and tells her he's leaving. When Rita hears, she scolds her and warns her it's illegal. But Owen sees Tommy preparing to leave and tells him he's a fool. Tina's making a huge sacrifice for them and helping Gary and Izzy out. Tommy realises he's letting his pride destroy his relationship and returns home. Tina asks Owen for an advance on their payment. He's reluctant, but eventually gives them $5 grand. She's overjoyed, but less so when Tommy wants $2 grand for the pizza van. Mandy is still playing hard to get when Lloyd turns up with the bracelet she left in his cab. She gives him short shrift, but he's stubborn and returns later. It's quite a shock when a woman opens the door and reveals she's childless Mandy's daughter. Lloyd does the sums and deduces that Jenna is the product of their affair 30 years ago. He then confronts Mandy, unaware that Jenna has overheard every word. Kirk gets clobbered when he tries to rescue Beth from a dodgy internet date. She's smitten with her hero, but will Kirk be so keen to find out later he's her bloke? Next, we're in the Dales. Kerry's on a one-way trip to intensive care when she fails to notice her insulin pen goes missing when she babysits Sarah. Debbie's furious when she finds it in Sarah's bag, so Andy throws out Kerry, whose response is to get legless and eventually collapse. Val and Pollard learn she could die and decide to call Amy, who's devastated as she arrives at hospital just as Kerry has a seizure. Amy lets all her emotions spill out as she tells her comatose mother what she's put her through, but Kerry hears every word. Paddy and Marlon return from their night in the cells, with Paddy remaining hell-bent on leaving for New Zealand after his court date. But Marlon warns him he'll call the police unless Rona brings Leo back. Paddy lies that he's asked her to return, but actually he gives her the details of his flights down under. Trouble is, Paddy is convicted and gets community service and reluctantly tells Rona she'll have to return.